New York City, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. It's a place of endless nicknames and even more endless stories. As I stand here gazing up at the towering skyscrapers, I'm struck by the sheer energy of this concrete jungle. The city's skyline is a testament to human ambition and creativity. Down on the streets, the city pulses with life. Yellow taxis weave through traffic. Pedestrians hurry along sidewalks, a mix of suited professionals and tourists with cameras. Street vendors call out, selling everything from hot dogs to knock-off handbags. The air is filled with a cacophony of sounds, car horns, snippets of conversation in dozens of languages, and the distant wail of sirens. From the Statue of Liberty to the neighborhoods of Brooklyn, each has a story to tell. So come along with me as we dive into the heart of the Big Apple. Standing tall in New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty has been welcoming visitors and immigrants to America for over a century. Her torch held high, she's a symbol of freedom and hope recognized around the world. As I approach by ferry, I'm always struck by her imposing presence. At 151 feet tall, she towers over the water, a green giant against the blue sky. The statue was a gift from France to the United States, dedicated in 1886. Climbing to the crown of the statue is a rite of passage for many visitors. It's a steep climb up 354 steps, but the view from the top is worth every step. From here, you can see the entire New York Harbor and the Manhattan skyline in the distance. But the Statue of Liberty is more than just a tourist attraction. She remains a powerful symbol of the American dream. As Emma Lazarus's famous poem, engraved on the statue's pedestal, says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free." These words still resonate today, reminding us of America's history as a nation of immigrants and its promise of opportunity for all. The Empire State Building stands as an enduring symbol of New York's ambition and resilience. At 1,454 feet tall, it dominated the city's skyline for decades. Even now, surrounded by newer, taller buildings, it remains an iconic part of the New York skyline. Built during the Great Depression, the Empire State Building was a marvel of its time. Architect as Carroll Willis. It was constructed in just 410 days, a feat that seems almost impossible even by today's standards. Visiting the Empire State Building is an experience in itself. The Art Deco lobby is a work of art, with its marble walls and intricate ceiling murals. On a clear day, you can see for miles in every direction, taking in the sprawling expanse of the city below. After the 9/11 attacks, when the Twin Towers fell, the Empire State Building once again became the city's tallest skyscraper. It stood as a reminder that New York would endure, no matter what. No. The Brooklyn Bridge is more than just a way to cross the East River. It's a piece of living history, an engineering marvel, and a beloved symbol of New York City. Opened in 1883, it was the first fixed crossing between Manhattan and Brooklyn. Its Gothic arches and intricate web of cables create a silhouette that's recognized around the world. Walking across the bridge, with the Manhattan skyline spread out before you, is an unforgettable experience. For New Yorkers, the bridge is more than just a landmark, it's a part of daily life. Thousands of people cross it every day, by car, by bike, and on foot. From its stone towers to its underground foundations, the Brooklyn Bridge continues to captivate and inspire, connecting not just boroughs, but generations. In the midst of Manhattan's concrete canyons lies an oasis of green Central Park. Stretching over 843 acres, it's a breath of fresh air in the bustling city. Park Ranger. From the moment you step into the park, the noise of the city seems to fade away. Instead, you're surrounded by trees, lawns, and winding paths. Central Park was designed in the 1850s by Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux. Their vision was to create a democratic space where all New Yorkers could escape the pressures of urban life. The park is home to a diverse array of attractions, from the Central Park Zoo to the Bethesda Terrace and Fountain. But for many New Yorkers, the real magic of Central Park lies in its everyday uses. In every season, Central Park offers a different face, a constant reminder of nature's beauty in the heart of the city. Times Square is often called the crossroads of the world, and it's easy to see why. This iconic intersection where Broadway meets 7th Avenue is a sensory overload of flashing lights, giant billboards, and crowds of people from every corner of the globe. Standing in the middle of Times Square, you feel like you're at the center of everything. The history of Times Square is as colorful as its neon signs. It was named after the New York Times, which moved its headquarters there in 1904. Today, Times Square is a major tourist attraction, drawing millions of visitors each year. Despite its commercial nature, Times Square has a unique charm. Street performers, from the naked cowboy to costumed characters, add to the carnival atmosphere. Love it or hate it, there's no denying that Times Square is an essential part of the New York experience. The New York City subway is more than just a means of transportation. It's the circulatory system of the city, pumping millions of people through its tunnels every day. With over 850 miles of track and 472 stations, it's one of the largest and most complex subway systems in the world. For many New Yorkers, the subway is a way of life. It's where they start and end their day, where they read, nap, or people watch. Transit historian Peter Derrick shared, "The subway was crucial to New York's growth. It allowed the city to expand beyond Manhattan, connecting the boroughs and creating the New York we know today." The subway cars are a microcosm of New York's diversity. You might see a Wall Street banker sitting next to a street performer, or hear conversations in a dozen different languages. Despite its challenges, the subway remains an essential part of New York life, a place where the city's stories unfold underground. New York City is often described as a melting pot, but it might be more accurate to call it a mosaic. Each neighborhood has its own distinct character, shaped by waves of immigration and the ebb and flow of urban life. From the brownstones of Brooklyn to the art galleries of Chelsea, from the dim-sum restaurants of Chinatown to the jazz clubs of Harlem, each area tells a different story of New York. Take a walk through the Lower East Side and you'll see traces of its history as a hub for immigrants. Tenement buildings, once crowded with newly arrived families, now house trendy boutiques and bars. But you can still find traditional Jewish delis and Italian bakeries tucked between the new establishments. Cross the river to Brooklyn and you'll find a different New York. Neighborhoods like Williamsburg and Dumbo have become synonymous with hipster culture, full of artisanal coffee shops and converted warehouse spaces. But venture further out to Brighton Beach and you'll feel like you've stepped into a slice of Russia, with its Cyrillic signs and Eastern European markets. These shared spaces are where New Yorkers from all walks of life come together, creating the vibrant tapestry that is New York City. If there's one thing New York is famous for, it's the food. The city's culinary scene is as diverse as its population, offering everything from dollar pizza slices to Michelin-starred restaurants. You can travel the world through your taste buds without ever leaving the five boroughs. New York's food culture is deeply rooted in its immigrant history. Each wave of newcomers brought their own cuisines, adapting them to local ingredients and tastes. That's how we got New York-style pizza, different from its Neapolitan ancestor, or pastrami on rye, a Jewish deli staple that's become a New York icon. But New York isn't just about traditional foods, it's also at the forefront of culinary innovation. From the molecular gastronomy of cutting-edge restaurants to the fusion cuisines born in food trucks, the city is always pushing culinary boundaries. Of course, no discussion of New York food would be complete without mentioning the city's street food scene. From hot dog carts to halal food trucks, street vendors provide quick, affordable meals to busy New Yorkers and curious tourists alike. And so, we've journeyed through the heart and soul of New York City. From its iconic landmarks to its vibrant neighborhoods and diverse culinary scene, every street, every corner tells a story. It's a city that never sleeps, constantly evolving, yet always holding on to its rich history. Whether you're a lifelong resident or a first-time visitor, New York City has a way of capturing your heart and imagination. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the Big Apple. Until next time, keep discovering, keep exploring, and keep the spirit of New York alive in your heart. If you like our content, please like, subscribe, and comment to join the Narrative Travelogues community. New York, a city of endless stories. Stay tuned for our next adventure.